Hello Sagittarius, Happy New Year. This is your January 2018 forecast with me, tarottorecovery. So let's just get straight into the messages and see what we have for Sagittarius. This January, Love and Life 2018. Judgment, Sagittarius. What's the verdict? Are some of you involved in a legal dispute? Are some of you thinking of calling time on something? Dusting off the cobwebs, ready for the new? Let's see if it comes up again in the actual reading, but I feel like judgment may be a theme. Sagittarius, January 2018. Sagittarius, January 2018. Let's see what the messages we have for Sagittarius, January 2018. Split the deck. See what we've got going on here. Six of Swords, King of Wands, Queen of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, Seven of Wands. We've got a lot of wands here, Sagittarius. And from a fire sign, what would you expect? Page of Swords, Nine of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, and the Hanged Man. And underneath we have the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so we've got a few players in this picture, Sagittarius. So on one hand, we've got this fiery energy, which I feel could be you. I think you might be feeling a little bit... some of you may be involved with another fire sign. So it could be a Leo, and it could be an Aries, or it could be a fellow Sagittarius. Some of you are involved with an earth sign. And some of you are involved with no one. You're thinking of people from the past. I think some of you are a bit nostalgic over something that happened before. Some of you are nostalgic over something happened before and you've met someone new. And I feel like for some of you are taking some time out of love and possibly even work for your health. So some of you may need to rest from being sick. You may need to catch up on some sleep you've lost. Maybe some of you have been working night shifts and you need to catch up and recharge your energy. Because there's not a lot of, well, immediately, Sagittarius, there's not a lot of movement. So I feel like some of you are taking a time out. You know, recently Sagittarius was the sign that Saturn was occupying. So some of you may still be feeling the knock-on effects. And it seems to me like you're sort of just, well, some of you are happy hanging around. Maybe, you know, as an active sign, Sagittarius may not be so happy hanging around, but I feel like some of you needed a well-deserved rest and you're really taking some time to yourself, which is a beautiful thing, Sagittarius, because that's when you get back to who you really are. And I think some of you have possibly done a large move, whether it's overseas or whether it is home, but I think something's left you quite tired is what I'm getting. So it is kind of a timeout type feeling that I'm getting, Sagittarius. And I'm curious about what's surrounding these people in your reading. So obviously we have the King of Wands, we have the Queen of Wands, Queen of Pentacles. The Wands characters, because they're your element, Wands is fire. They can represent you. Pentacles generally represent earth signs. But I feel like the energy that I've got so far is that things are just suspended. So maybe you're waiting to hear on something and it's taking a while. Or maybe you are just taking some time for yourself. Let's see what else we've got going on here, Sagittarius. So what have you left behind? Some of you, there's been arguments. And there's been someone that you're not seeing eye to eye with. This is actually quite similar to Gemini's reading. So I feel like some of you are involved with a Gemini, and there's been, you know, whether this person in particular has been Gemini or not, there's been someone that you've been not seeing eye to eye with. There's been conflicts that you can't see the wood for the trees from, and I think you've realised that you need to get away from it to take some perspective. So some of you may be taking a break. If you're in a relationship, you may be taking a temporary break. You may be taking a holiday. Yes, the World card just came out here, so you may be taking a holiday. And some of you may actually just be working on yourself. So you may have realized your own flaws within a relationship and you're deciding to take some time out to work on yourself and see what you can do. Maybe some of you are starting your own business. I feel like some of you are quite career-driven people with a lot of wands and a lot of pentacles around. It suggests to me that you're all about that money. And the 10 of Pentacles. Definitely all about that money. High Priestess. I feel like you need to recharge emotionally, Sagittarius. There's been something that's been getting you down and draining you of all your energy. Temperance. Yep, you need to get some balance back. I don't know if you can see that. It's Temperance card. Judgment. Page of Wands. And the Devil. Okay. There's an obsession here. Either you're obsessed with something or someone, or someone's obsessed with you. And for some of you, you're... I don't know how to say this. Some of you are being strung along by someone that's not the type of person you really want in your life. I feel like some of you are involved with a very toxic, heavy energy in somebody else, or you are feeling very trapped. Some of you are trapped in a relationship. Some of you are trapped in a relationship that just isn't working and you're fighting all the time and you just want to break. I feel like it's really burnt you out, Sagittarius. This particular person, it's like they're constantly at you about something, or maybe you're suspicious of them and you feel like it's bringing out the worst in you. The Hermit. So some Sagittarians may be involved with a Virgo, just throwing that out there, or someone who's quite introverted and introspective. But at the same time, I actually feel like more like this is you, Sagittarius. I feel like you're taking some time to yourself to hide away from the world. Let's move this so we can see. I think some of you are taking some time out to yourself. Which is okay, Sagittarius. You can take time out to yourself. In fact, it's a good thing. I actually think with the tarot, a lot of the time, when people seek out readings or they're feeling a little bit lost or something, stepping back and seeing the bigger picture is a good focus. And if it's the right person for you and you need to take a break from the relationship, they should, not that they'll be happy about it, but they should also respect your wishes to see things from an outside perspective. Or if someone has decided to take a break with you, I actually think that might be really beneficial, and you may see things that you wouldn't ordinarily have seen. The Hanged Man, while it's all about sort of being in limbo and being stuck with something, it can also say that, if you see things from a different perspective, you may get answers that you didn't get before. Or you may come to another way of thinking, because I feel like your thinking at the moment is quite limited, it's quite restricted. You may be dealing with someone who's quite restricted in their thinking, and you really want to take some time to meditate. Meditation is very strong here. To me, I see meditation with the Four of Swords and the High Priestess. Taking some time out. I really think that would benefit you in terms of seeing things from a different perspective, and just in general, meditate and get a bit more of a positive, happy-go-lucky attitude, because Sagittarians are typically happy-go-lucky, and if someone's trapping you, your love for freedom can feel really, really, really restricted. So I think you need to focus on having a little bit more freedom in your life than you currently do. If someone is a little bit controlling and a little bit dogmatic, or if you've gotten away from someone who's a little bit controlling, if someone is incredibly controlling, really really leave. Do leave if someone is ruining your life with that type of thing. Eight of Wands. Yes, as soon as I said leave, and just to let you know, the Eight of Wands flew out, and I actually feel like that's a sign that for some of you, you really need to leave. You need to leave quickly. So if you're dealing in a toxic relationship that is really harming you, do get out of it, Sagittarius, because some of you may be. And I can't emphasize that enough. If someone is, you know, obsessive over you and controlling, the best thing you can do is get out. And I feel like it sometimes takes a bit of time to see things like that. Similarly, if some of you have been involved in a somewhat, this probably doesn't apply to everyone. In fact, I hope it applies to nobody, but if you have been involved in a controlling and abusive relationship, taking some time to yourself and being around those who love you and support you is the best thing you can do. It's it is the only thing you should do. The thing that you shouldn't do is go back to that person. So let's see what else we have here for Sagittarius. The Hierophant. Yeah, I really feel like someone is very controlling. Someone's very, they have such a fixed mindset is what I'm getting. They can't see the wood for the trees. And I feel like you really want to get free from that, Sagittarius. Let's see, Sagittarius January. Understandably, you know, you can love someone. And I feel drawn to say this. You can love someone and hate them at the same time if you're in a very, very dark place with that relationship. I feel like you'll find happiness leaning on your friends because you've given all you can. You know, the Six of Pentacles usually comes up to me when I know you've given all you can. The Lovers, interesting. King of Pentacles, Death card, Nine of Pentacles, Five of Cups, and Justice, and the Star. So Sagittarius, the Star, don't lose hope. For a lot of you, I feel like you've maybe been involved in a legal situation. This has actually come up for a few signs, so I don't know what's going on, Sagittarius. Some of you have been involved in a legal situation, and I think it may be with this toxic person, with a toxic energy, with someone that's quite, you know, can have evil tendencies or has done an evil thing, and I feel like justice will be yours. Justice will prevail. You will get the right result. If someone has been mistreating you or misusing you, you'll get the right result. The King of Pentacles, to me, suggests that you may, in this dark period, Sagittarius, meet an earth sign who is so reliable and so steady that they can really look after you. I feel like you may be leaning on this person, or you may be taking time out from a relationship and bam, somebody else appears, and it could be a Capricorn, it could be a Taurus, it could be a Virgo. Both signs have actually come up. You know, Hermit came up and the Devil has come up. But I think you may meet somebody that really takes care of you and makes you feel quite important and quite stable, but doesn't try and control you in the way that someone else may have. For some of you, you may meet a romantic relationship in the workplace. Maybe a Gemini. Doesn't have to be. Maybe a Gemini. It could be a Capricorn, it could be a Taurus, and it could be an Aquarius, actually, Sagittarius. There's an Aquarius energy about this reading. But I feel like in the midst of this sadness, someone once said to me that Sagittarius cry, they laugh with tears in their eyes, so even when they're sad, they laugh about things and they still get on with life and they can still see the bright side. I feel that's very strongly coming through in this reading for you, Sagittarius. I feel like justice will be yours with this particular negative energy. You'll get the right outcome. But don't be afraid to take some time to yourself if that's what you need. And even if other offers are coming through and you don't want to take up on them, that's totally fine. It's your life. And I feel like you're about to get control back where you felt a little bit trapped, Sagittarius. So that's your reading for the month of January. Please like and subscribe and comment below if it resonated. If not, check out your moon and rising, and sometimes you piece them all together and get a much bigger picture. So thank you, Sagittarius. I'll see you back in February. Bye.